Hello friends, in our last episode we have seen that the special jury was to be made by the Fox Libel Act 1792. In this particular episode we will see the special jury and its composition. On 3rd of July 1908, an application was made before Honorable Justice Dawar through the acting Advocate General Mr. Branson and Mr. Bowen, public prosecutor, who appeared in the case of Tilak. This application they had made for the special jury to be constituted under the Fox Libel Act 1792. To oppose this application, Barrister Baptista appeared on behalf of the Tilak. He had clearly said that particular trial, and mainly this particular sedition trial based on the articles which are published in paper and which are in Marathi language, requires a native jury to understand the true and correct interpretation of the language, of the words, of the interpretations, of the connections, to come to conclusion that this is a libel. Mr. Baptista specifically argued that the majority should consist of persons who are neither Europeans nor Americans. This was the argument of Mr. Baptista on behalf of Mr. Tilak. Baptista also gave an excellent example. He said that an article on a cow killing would excite Indians to do riot, but the same would fall flat on an European. So identically, he was of constant opinion that the majority of the jury should be native people who would understand the Marathi language. Now here I would like to give a small example to you. Translation is always not a perfect translation. For example, now let me say to you one example. त्या बाईकडे पाहून त्या चांगल्या माणसाचा पाय घसरला. Now this is what I have said in Marathi. त्या बाईकडे पाहून त्या चांगल्या माणसाचा पाय घसरला. Now what does it mean in Marathi? It means that particularly looking at that lady, this gentleman lost his senses and developed certain wrong things in his mind. This is what Marathi says. Now if I have to convert this sentence into English, what will be? Looking at that lady, his leg slipped. Now what does this mean? If a translation is to be done, looking at that lady, the man's leg slipped. Does it make any sense? See, any translation, it has to be done looking to the context, the reference, the spirit of that particular language, that particular culture, and what prevails in that particular society. Now, a person who does not understand Marathi, how is he going to understand the articles written by Mr. Tilak, and that too in excellent words of Marathi? He used to write very difficult Marathi words. He was not writing simple words which we use commonly when we talk. He used to write big typical words. What was the final jury? 7 Europeans, two Parsis. It is important to note that none of the juror understood Marathi, none of the juror could speak Marathi, none of the juror could read Marathi. So see the composition of the jury who is going to try a great personality of India, Mr. Tilak, who is not at all aware about the Marathi language, and they are going to conduct a libel trial, a sedition trial against Mr. Tilak. Somewhere this thing goes to show that number one, the true spirit and intention of the Fox Libel Act 1792 was not followed. Protect civil liability, no. Minimize royal authority interference, no. Somewhere this whole composition of jury makes you confused as to whether from the day one there was an intention to convict Mr. Tilak. Was it so? You compose a jury who does not understand a word of it, and that jury is going to deliver a judgment on a libel case, on a sedition trial. It is very surprising. This means, is this really a proper way of doing justice? It's a question which is there in the mind, and even I think the viewers will also have this thing in mind, that why such kind of an judiciary or such kind of an jury was appointed. This will become clear as we go ahead in our subsequent episodes, wherein you will come to know what role the jury really played, whether they understood, they did not understand what had happened. But one thing is very clear, somewhere it is absolutely a grey area to understand that a trial of such a big personality of India, Mr. Tilak, was conducted by a jury of 9 people, 7 of whom Europeans, 2 Parsis, none of them knowing Marathi. We will see the other things in our next episode. Thank you.